Greetings, welcome back to the channel. So today we have an exciting one. We are out in the Comeraghs. We're going on a nice hike, nice adventure. I'm hoping to get some nice atmospheric landscape images. And where I'm going from is the Cruachan car park on the Comeragh Drive. I'm heading up to Seefin. So this is the scenery that we have. Knockmill Downs are over there in the centre of frame. We're heading up into the clouds. This is where we're coming from. So, yeah, lovely spot. Haven't been out here for a while, but I have had intentions to, and I said today's the day. So I go see what views and what images we can find. I've taken the path not far up from the car park, and straight away there's this standing stone. Now, I won't lie, I do not know the name of the standing stone. However, I will do my research when I get home, and I'll post the name of it. I just took a quick snapshot of it there. The Knockmill Downs in the background, but I'm keen to kind of get a move on. There's a hiking group at the car park. I just don't really like vlogging around people, so I'm going to try and get some distance and drive on, and yeah, I'll get into some compositions then. But what I'm looking for today, there's some beautiful clouds rolling across the top of the hills, so I'd love to line up some compositions that just show, you know, the lovely heather, the textures of the grass and the heather on the hillsides, the clouds, all of that stuff. Atmosphere is what I want. So as I mentioned, the atmosphere is what I'm going for. It's a good time of year for it. I've noticed that in May and June, there's some really good cloud cover. Like over to my right at the minute, the sun will be over that side, so you can't really see the sun. It's creating some good shadow and texture in the clouds. That's exactly the sort of stuff I want to photograph. If I put the tripod down now, it'll really delay me, and I just won't really end up getting too far. So I'm just freehand taking a few shots, and I think they're all right. We'll see. It's got one there of the views to my right. Try to get good symmetry with two hills, one from the left, one from the right, and then some ravens flying across the shot. So yeah, that's the sort of stuff I'm trying to capture, you know, land, texture in the sky. If we can fit a little animal or something in there, then why not? So I've just met a gentleman who's coming down the hill. I think he said he went about 3k up, and he couldn't see much, so he decided to turn around. So this may spell trouble for my photographic ambitions, but we'll still plough on, see what we can see. It changes quickly up here. There's times I've been driving by, and yeah, it'd be clear 1 minute, then a few minutes later it changes, clouds blow in, clouds blow through, so you just don't know what you might see. That's what I'm looking forward to, just exploring and seeing what we can do with the conditions we get. Yeah, another point to note as well, it's good for your fitness. Like, yeah, carrying a big old bag up here, very good for you, and it's scenic, so yeah, what's not to love? Okay, this is cool. As I'm getting higher up, it's really starting to get a bit more foggy, losing a bit of the clarity that I had that hill earlier, I could see it. Now I can't, so yeah. Like I say, in another 10 or 15 minutes, I'll be able to see it again, so it's cool. What I'm considering is behind me, lovely scene here. There's a wood just over here, which as I get higher, I should be able to see it. It might make an element in the shot. So I'm hoping to use, you have Cruachan there, have another hill here, I think it's warmer, then Helvic Head in the background with the woods from the left side. Might make for a decent shot, we'll see. Okay, right, well I've stepped off the old beaten path just for a second. I'm not too far off it. I try not to stray too far because you don't want to be disturbing any wildlife and stuff, but yeah, just gone to the side, let's try and get my shot. I'm now starting to see the woods that I wanted. There's actually some nice heather here, and it might work. So we're going to try with the 24-70. I do have the polarizer on, but with the sort of clarity I have here and the fog coming across, I don't actually think I'll need it. So let's try a few compositions, see how they look, and then we'll perhaps we'll try with the 70-200, we'll see. Right, well, we have the bad weather. It's all going to plan. Yeah. No, this is actually, I don't mind. We have, now I wanted atmospheric, this is atmospheric. We've got two sheep down here, we've got the woods, and I've got the 24-70 doing its thing. Got the rain cover on the bag now, and I've even got my regatta coat on. But this is good, this is what I wanted. So, I'll show you a bit of the behind the screens. So what I'm doing here, I have my grid lines, got the forest that I was on about on the bottom third, and yeah, let's get rid of our lines there. And this is the image we're going for, very grey, very moody. So look at that rain coming through. 1 second delay. So we are at, settings wise, we've gone for 1/50th of a second, f10 and ISO 320. We'll just see how it looks. But this is absolutely full of atmosphere. Got a few different shots. This is exactly what I wanted. My only issue right now, I think I can see some rain getting on my lens, so I must use my rocket blur to remove that. I tried to put the lens hood on to reduce the amount of water hitting the lens, but just have to keep on top of that. Yeah, I'm gonna go and pay a bit more attention and get a few more shots and then we'll move on, but this is exactly what I'd wanted. Well, there we have it, my first proper considered landscape photography shot of the day. And that's achieved a bit of atmosphere that I wanted, so very happy with that. I tried a few different aspect ratios. To be honest, I do feel like your standard 4:3 aspect ratio works pretty well there. Now I tried 1:1 square crop and 16:9 as well. I'm sure they're okay, but I do think 4:3 was the one, or 3:4, I forget which way it goes, but yes, so happy with that. Marching on now into the weather, and yeah, I'm at a point where I might not actually see anything else as I go up these hills, but as I said, I want to try these things and see how we get on. So this is as much an adventure as it is a learning experience and a photography vlog. So yeah, we'll keep marching forward. Yeah, we're doing well now. We are chugging along. We're up on the sort of plateau of the hill. There's this, must be some sort of signal tower or something. Looks like some sort of alien contraption. Yeah, there's our prior subject off in the distance. Yeah, incredible out here though. It's interesting, like that contraption ahead of us. 1 second there you could see it. Gust of wind came and you couldn't see it. Now it's back. You know, like this fog just comes through extremely dense, thins out extremely quickly. It's just so changeable. It's windy as well up here, but what is good is the rain has dissipated. So yeah, we're nice and dry now for a bit. Now another thing as well, this isn't professional advice or anything by any means, this is just my experience and how I'm navigating this. I have done this walk before, I do know the hills well, so I have focal points to refer to. Like at the minute, I've got this fence, which I'll just be walking alongside that, so I'm pretty safe. Like if I walk along and I'm not getting to where I go, or where I want to go, sorry, I just follow the fence back. And it's quite important how in places like this, if visibility is poor, just being able to know where you are is important. So yeah, like if this was a mountain range that I just didn't know, I wouldn't go out in these conditions. Yeah, that's the sort of approach that I'm taking. I might just try a little moody shot here as well. Just looking at the fence there disappearing in the distance. Got this nice sort of cotton stuff, I don't know the name of it. I'll do my research again and find that out and put the name up. Might try a little atmospheric shot with that. I've just come across quite an interesting part of the landscape. So when I was out here before with my friend, we did a walk back in like, I think it was May of 2020. We saw plenty of this. I'm poorly informed, so I'm gonna have to do my research, but see these banks? To me it looks like peat, and big old deep banks. That's probably a couple of feet, 2 or 3 feet I'd say deep. It's quite cool. And it looks to me like water must come through here. So yeah, it's on the path. It's just, yeah, interesting. It's not something you see every day. So I'll go stand next to it, I'll set the camera up and you see how deep it is. Yeah, quite cool. A big tall fella, look how tall that is. It's big. So yeah, not really, doesn't make an image. I took an image of it. There won't be anything outstanding because there's a aesthetic fence there. Yeah, still an interesting thing to document. Oh, would you look at that? I think this is the fairy ring. I'm pretty sure. So I've got this app called All the Trails, and there was mention of a fairy ring on it. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that does look like a ring. So perhaps that's what it is, most likely. Again, I'll do some research and I'll confirm it now on screen. I don't really know a lot about fairy rings, but from what I do know, in Ireland, I think they're quite an important thing. And they've got a lot of, I believe, mythological meaning would be the word. So yeah, got this here. I've just noticed over to the right, we've got a big old standing stone. So I might just try and line up a shot that captures the fairy ring with the standing stone in the background. It could be very mystical and magical. extremely gusty, so I hope you can hear me. But here is said standing stone, and the fairy ring is over in the background there, but I tried to get a shot that includes both, but too foggy, so that's that. We'll stay going, but yeah, that's a standing stone and a fairy ring. Well, there we go. That is what I was hoping for. Start to get to see some of what's down there. That is what we want. I do still have quite a ways to go. That's where I'm headed. And that is going to be harder than it looks. Funny, it said on the All Trails app, so this is a hard hike. In my head I was like, oh, it's not that bad. I was walking here going, it's not that bad. Being honest, I didn't find it too bad against that standing stone, that fairy circle. This bit on the other hand, the Seefin part, different kettle of fish. Yeah, that made me puff. That's hard. I've even had to put my bag down and have a little stop for a second, which usually I don't like to do that, but maybe I'm getting old, I don't know. But this is what's left. There's not too much, I don't think. So we're nearly there. But just having a breather. And yeah, thankfully we're getting little glimpses of what lies below. So yeah, enjoyable. Yeah, very good. Oh, well, I think we're nearly at our destination. There is it's like a hut, something on top of Seefin. That's what I'm hoping to get to. I was going to stop, got some food and some coffee. I was going to refuel and then come back. So I'm just trying to find that. Thankfully, I'm over the uphill part, so just cruising along a bit of a plateau. That was good. Just a little bit of water, boggy. But yeah, just going to find this hut and then we'll make our way back and see what shots we can find. So while I wait, that's when I'm hoping the views might open up. So yeah, I'll check in with you once we find our accommodation. We are nearly at the hut thing. So just over there, that's where it is. But we have a stone structure here. Now, I'm not sure if this is a cairn or just a windbreak to shelter in. Yeah, there we are. Do you know what? Might hop in here if it's not too windy. We'll have some food, let's see, then we'll walk over to the hut and see what it looks like. That is peaceful. Right, let's get set and have something to eat. Tell you what, this is one of the best decisions I've made in quite some time. I'm very happy that I came out here. In that last little bit getting to this point, it was tough enough, but yeah, really good. Had a little look at some of the shots there, and I think there's some nice ones there. I think I've captured some of the atmosphere that I wanted to get, so yeah, pretty happy with that. Just refueled, got a tuna sandwich that was needed, coffee that was needed. I have this flask, so I haven't used it for a long time, Stanley flask. I said today, I was like, shall I or shall I not bring it? And I did. I'm very happy that I did, because when you're out somewhere like this, just a warm drink makes some difference to get your energy back. So yeah, it's good. We'll sit here for another 5 minutes and we'll go check out that hut, and then we are going to make our way back down the hills. There it is, the hut. See if there's anyone in here. Alright. God, that's peaceful. So windy out there. Nice to get out of the wind. I don't know who built this as well. Imagine building this thing out here, and the materials out here. I mean, you'd have to use a machine, obviously, but yeah. There we are, there's our hut. We'll walk around the other side, see what it's like. There's a path there, not sure where that goes, we are not following it today. Yeah, that's it. So, right, we'll make our way back. Let's see if we can make any more nice images. Oh, just as I was about to start making my way back, clouds have just opened up and look at that view. Wow, look at that. All right, I've got to get set up and get a few shots because that looks phenomenal. Some wonderful light in front of me. It's been absolutely beautiful. So as you'll have seen on the time lapse, there was light all down here. It was nice and dappled coming through the clouds. It's beautiful. So for that I used the 24-70. It's one of these scenes, I'm not always sure how to get a strong composition in this scenario because there's so much going on. But I think with the lighting that I had, it was a nice scene, and that's what the shot's about, is the landscape and the light. There's not a particular standout subject. I mean, the rock face down there is the main standout subject, I guess. Then it's just about the light, really. And without it, not really sure what sort of a scene you can get here. But I've just tried to use the 70-200. I was shooting the distant hills there, so there's some nice light. Trying to get some close-ups and use the sweeping curves of the hills to try and make a decent shot. So we'll see how those turn out. I'm going to wait on a little bit longer. I would like to get a shot of this hill. It's got some nice, I believe it must be from the sheep tracks. I'd like to get some of those and some light on this rock face and just get a sort of closer shot of that. Now again, I think without light it's just not going to work. So I'll sit here for a little bit longer and see if we have any luck. The wind has died down a lot. It's a lot more peaceful, but the midges are now finding me. So hopefully we get a little breeze and that'll clear the midges away. I do actually have some repellent cream, so I may try that in a minute, but just hope for a bit of wind, I guess. The light didn't come back to the cliff face that I wanted, but I got some distant shots. So I mentioned it earlier, yeah, got the ones there. Also got a few over this direction. So the Nye Valley Lakes are kind of that direction. Not sure what those peaks are called. But yeah, going to move on now. So yeah, nice to get a few shots here. 24-70 was brilliant. As the clouds were coming across initially, that was fantastic. So delighted to have got that. And to be honest, I'm not really feeling like the 70-200. I'm not feeling inspired to use it today, but I am going to challenge myself on the way back to use it, just to try and get some different compositions, and shots are a bit tighter. You'll see the shot on screen now that I was lining up of the cliff face. I was trying to use the sheep tracks and some of the rocks down at the bottom of the cliff and sort of frame it using those elements, but as I say, without the light I don't think it works. So yeah, we'll make our way back and see if we can pinpoint any other compositions. And hopefully there'll be some nice light as well. just got a nice handheld shot there. So looking back towards, we have Cruachan just over here. This is the path we'll be going along. But yeah, got a nice shot there. And look at the texture in those clouds. So using the 70 to 200, it's got the polarizer on. It really gets to pull that detail out. So yeah, here is that shot. Now with our increased visibility, you can see our little fairy ring down there, and we see a nice track that we're going to be following. I think with the portrait orientation, there's a shot here. So I'm going to crack the tripod out and see what I can do. We've got a few nice things going on. So we have the fence as a line, we have the path over there, obviously the fairy ring as well. So I'm going to see what I can compose here. Light isn't crazy at all, it's actually very flat and dull, but I think this could still work, so let's see what we can compose. Tell you what, it's quite a hill this. On the way here you wouldn't notice it, obviously you're walking down it. Yeah, some trek. That's what we're going up. But yeah, taking a few handheld shots on the way. Sometimes I find myself guilty of thinking that I need to get the tripod out and take a long time setting shots up. But a lot of the time I'll do that, it won't lead to a good shot. You waste time. Or you walk by a shot and you go, I can't be bothered getting the tripod out, so you don't take a shot. So today I've made a conscious decision to try more handheld images. So cameras these days have good stabilisation, so you can actually, get away with a slow shutter speed. Handheld shots, yeah, it can be done. So just took a few there on the way up this hill. Not sure they'll be amazing, but still rather have a shot to look at and think about when I get home than, and not take it. So yeah, that's a little bit of inspiration for anyone who's wanted to do handheld photography instead of tripod-based photography. Just near where I got the shots earlier in the rain, and it looks good, it does look good, but I am so intrigued. I've taken a shot there to see how it compares with the rain. I think the rainy one's going to be nicer, so yeah, we'll see. But lovely bit of green cover and clouds, so that is what we set out for. So it's going to be very interesting to compare them. So let me know in the comments which image you prefer. what can I say? Just met a man called Paul running up these hills. What a chap. Said to him, how far are you going? He said, to Seefin. Then we'll go back to the car park and up to Cruachan and back down to the car park. I mean, running is hard on a flat surface, let alone up hills. Yeah, it's nice. You never know who you might meet out in these parts. I'll tell you what, that has been fantastic. I've enjoyed every minute of that. Really good to go out on an adventure. I'm delighted that I got a bit of fog and rain at the start and a bit clear weather towards the end. So yeah, couldn't have gone better. So if you enjoyed the video, I really appreciate if you give me a like. It's nice to see if people enjoy your content. And yeah, hit the subscribe button if you want to see more stuff like this. And that is it for now. So thank you very much for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.